Stop! Your porque is wrong. They look the same, but mean completely different things. Let's learn all four. No confusion again.
We're looking at 4 specific words that sound exactly the same when you say them out loud, but are written very differently. So if you've ever felt completely lost trying to figure out which porqué to type out in a text message, well, you are in the exact right place. Get ready, because we're going to fix this permanently. Okay, let's dive into this. Here are our 4 culprits, porqué and porqué, alongside porqué and porqué. As our source material beautifully points out, they are same, but different. It really all comes down to these microscopic visual clues. We're dealing with just 2 variables here. First, the literal space between por and que, and second, the tiny accent mark or tilde over the e. These tiny little shifts literally change the entire meaning and function of the word. So here's our simple to complex roadmap for today. 1. Cause and effect. 2. The tricky substitute. 3. Philosophy and questions. 4. 3 common mistakes. 5. The cheat sheet. And 6. A quick practice quiz. Let's jump in. Section 1. Cause and effect. This simple domino effect of porqué. So porqué, written all as one single word with absolutely no accent mark, is what we like to call the cause and effect equation. It functions exactly like the words because or since do in English. Think of it like a giant everyday domino setup. One action happens, and it directly causes a following effect. You do something, and boom, a consequence follows. And this brilliantly illustrates that point. Our source provides this totally cinematic example.
Lo arrestaron porque encontraron su DNA en la escena del crimen.
They arrested him because they found his DNA at the crime scene. There's a super clear cause here, finding the DNA, and a direct effect, the arrest. But you can use it for minor everyday things too, like getting a pimple because you ate too much chocolate, or getting your hair wet because it was raining. Cause, effect. One word, no accent. Section 2, the tricky substitute, uncovering the hidden articles in porqué. Now we have porqué, written with a space but no accent mark. Think of this one as the substitute rule. In English, this roughly translates to the reason for which or the street through which. But here's the really cool visual trick. That literal space between por and que acts as a secret hiding spot. It's actually a placeholder for a gendered article, like el, la, los, or las. Let's actually walk through this mental substitution trick together. Step 1. Identify your subject. If you're talking about la calle, the street, your subject is feminine. Step 2. Secretly drop that matching article, la, right into that empty space. So the phrase la calle porque pasé actually holds the invisible meaning of la calle por la que pasé, the street through which I passed. People very often drop the la when writing or speaking quickly, which is exactly why that space is left behind. It's essentially holding the door open for that hidden article. Section 3, philosophy and questions, tackling the accents with porqué and porqué. All right, first up here is porqué, one word with an accent mark over the E. Let's call this the philosophical ponderer. What's super fascinating here is that this variation is actually a masculine noun. It literally means the reason or the why. And because it's a noun, it's pretty much always preceded by the article el, making it el porqué. You use this when you're having deep, introspective, noun-based inquiries. Just look at this incredibly dramatic quote from our source. Desconozco el porqué de mi existencia. I don't know the why of my existence. I mean, have you ever asked yourself the reason for things, the why of your life? Whenever you're getting deeply philosophical and pondering the why as a noun, you just squish the word together and slap an accent on it. So the crucial point is how that contrasts with our final variation, porque, written with a space and an accent. This is the interrogator. It's definitely the most straightforward of the bunch because it translates directly to the simple English question, why? You're starting a sentence and asking a direct, literal question. Why are you late? Why won't you take a shower? Space, accent, done. But wait, the interrogator is also used for indirect questions mid-sentence, even if there are absolutely no question marks in sight. For example, no sé por qué siempre llegas tarde. I don't know why you always arrive late. You aren't directly asking them, right? You're stating a fact about a question. But even though it's hidden right in the middle of the sentence, it's still interrogative in nature, so it absolutely demands both the space and the accent mark. Section 4. 3 common mistakes, pitfalls to avoid on your Spanish journey. Making mistakes is just part of the process, but here are the top 3 pitfalls straight from our source to watch out for. Number 1, native speakers often completely avoid porque with the empty space, preferring to just say porqué to be crystal clear. Number 2, learners forget that hidden substitute rule. If you use the space with no accent, remember it's secretly pointing back to a subject, like the street or the reason. And number 3, English speakers constantly drop the accent on indirect why questions because there are no question marks. Remember, if you say, I don't know why, that why still needs an accent. Section 5, the cheat sheet, your master table for the 4 variations. Let's move to porque and see how this all builds into our ultimate visual study guide. Row 1, porque, together with no accent, means because, like our example, arrested because of DNA. Row 2, porqué, separated with no accent, means for which, like the street through which I passed. Row 3, porqué, together with an accent, means the reason or the why, like the why of my existence. And row 4, porqué, separated with an accent, means why, like why are you late? Screenshot this. It's a lifesaver.
Section 6, Practice Quiz. Let's test your understanding with 5 rapid-fire questions.
All right, quiz number 1. Me salió un barro, blank, comí mucho chocolate. I got a pimple, blank, I ate too much chocolate. Have your answer? It's the domino effect. Porque, one word, no accent. Cause and effect. How'd you do? Quiz number 2. La calle, blank, pasé. The street through which I passed. Do you remember the trickiest variation? It's porque. Separated, no accent. Remember, it's acting as a placeholder for that hidden article, la. Quiz number 3. Desconozco el blank de mi existencia. I don't know the why of my existence. Try to recall our philosophical ponderings. It's porque, one single word with an accent. It's acting as a masculine noun right after the word el. Quiz number 4. A hilarious example from our source material. ¿Por qué no te bañas? Why don't you take a shower? What's the interrogator? It's porque, separated, with an accent. That's the classic direct question format right there. And finally, quiz number 5. No sé, blank, siempre llegas tarde. I don't know why you always arrive late. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is there are no question marks at all. But what do we use? It's porque again, separated with an accent because it is an indirect question. You did it. By breaking down the exact logic behind the spacing and the tilde, you've officially unlocked a massive grammatical hurdle. Definitely keep reviewing that cheat sheet and applying these rules in your daily practice. But here is a thought to leave you with today. Now that you've mastered the 4 porqués, what other Spanish grammar mysteries are hiding right there in plain sight, just waiting for you to unlock them?
Hope you understood all 4 porque forms clearly. Hasta luego! Subscribe to Spanify and follow for more Spanish lessons.